of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. Now I never been down with no OPP. I talking about selling our people's property. Y'all know who doing it, so don't round me out. Don't send no police round me and tell me shush my mouth. Where's our conviction? But where's our pride? We selling everything, selling our backside. Just go online, it'll make you sick. You can buy any island, just point and click. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. Hey, hey. Ride him. My mother always say, when you find a donkey, ride it. What? Come on. We got a whole nation in 73. Now we getting back the whole country. What kind of fools we must be, selling out for a bag of rice and a cup of tea. You know what does bug me? Help me understand. I can't find piece of property for under 80 grand, but I can fix this. I know what to do. I can squat just like them other people try make me do. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country. Ooh, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. I get everybody sell some every day. They're selling one island, yeah, they won't keep. What can be left for you and me? Is this the example? What's our kids to do? You want them have a sense of pride, or go selling too? Cause they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling our whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country, yes man. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling our whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha. They're selling our country, yes, yes. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. Ooh, they're selling aha.
Whoa, girls, we outdoing it?
This may be the best citizenship in the world, and they all have it. Because of this card, they get free land, free education, free weddings, free hospitals, and even a free funeral. It's the citizenship of a country in the Middle East called the United Arab Emirates. This is what life is like for citizens from the Emirate of Dubai. And because the city is so generous, they get the craziest benefits I have ever seen. Are you ready for this? When you are born, your parents pay nothing. Your delivery and checkups for the next 9 months are all free. Then you grow up and you go to school. Local school in Dubai is free! And so are universities, because Dubai will pay for you to get a degree.
I studied at Zayed University and New York University, both for free.
Who's gonna pay for that?
The government.
Then you get married. If you can't afford the wedding, you get $20,000 to throw a wedding. And after marriage, every local Dubai family gets this: free land. Did you get free land?
Yes.
Did you get free land?
Yes.
Did you get free land?
Sure, yes.
And if you cannot afford the home, then you get a grant to build it for free.
I also can't afford building a house. I can get a 0 interest loan on housing.
Zero?
0.
If you need to go to the hospitals are free. And if you need surgery that's not available here, they will fly you to another country to get treatment for free. When you become a senior citizen, you get discounts, many discounts. And if you live alone and can't afford it, Dubai will even send a caretaker to look after you for free. And when you die, well, in Dubai, that's also free. Your funeral will be taken care of, and Dubai will build a full tent with air conditioning within 5 hours of your death next to your home, so your friends can come and say goodbye to you. The point of government is to take care of people, and in Dubai, they take it to the extreme. Imagine if every city, every state, every government in the world did this. We would have a much happier world.
Look at it. Remember, this is the same packaging that they had on their website. This is their product. And so this is at petbarn.com, petbarn.com. And so this aragonite is what they use for fish aquariums around the world. This is a 9-kilogram bag. And so that is about 20 pounds, just under 20 pounds. So this is a 9-kilogram bag of aqua natural oolitic aragonite sand. Look at how much money they're getting for one 20-pound bag. $63 for one 20-pound bag. Let's do the math. And so if it's 9 kilograms, there's 1,000 kilograms in a metric ton. And so if you do the math, 1 metric ton that they paid $2 for is on the market for up to $7,000 they're making off of that $2 metric ton. Surely this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Wow, this is mind-blowing. Of course, in other places, we found, like on Amazon.com, it sells for much cheaper. But this is the high end, and this is the end result. So we found this for much less, sometimes half of what we see here. So if it's half of the 7,000, then maybe it's about 3,000 that they can make from that metric ton. If it's a little less than that, maybe it's 2,000. There is no industry in the world that I can think of where that kind of profit can be made. This makes aragonite more valuable than gold, more valuable than diamonds. There's no other product in the world that you can pay $2 a metric ton for and sell for thousands of dollars. whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7,000. There is no product where this is doable. And so this is a major industry. And this is why we say our aragonite is worth trillions. Okay, so let me put this in perspective for you. Right now, a barrel of crude oil is selling for about $41.68. Okay, and so there's about 42 gallons in a barrel. So that's roughly about $1.01 per gallon. So let's say $1 per gallon. And so that's the raw material. The street value to the gasoline pump is $2.19 per gallon. So they spend $1 on the crude oil, but the final product is $2.19. That's the street value. With aragonite, their cost of the material is $2 per ton. $2 per metric ton. And the street value is up to $7,000 per metric ton. And to be fair, in most cases we found it at cheaper, but that is the ultimate price. In some cases we found it at $35 for the bag, and in some cases we found it at $18 per bag, even cheaper. But in any event, that is thousands of dollars per metric ton. You do the math. But this is not even the big story here. The big story is what is on the packaging. And we've been showing you the packaging all this time. But we really want to show you what's really on this packaging. And so we're going to zoom into this packaging and show you what you have not been seeing on this packaging. It's mind-blowing. Let's do a little close-up. Now, look at this packaging. Isn't that beautiful packaging? Look at the blue and the light blues and the cute little fishy. Look at Nemo. Nemo is playing around with our aragonite. But a closer look will show you what's really going on in the Bahamas. What the government is really hiding and pretending not to know. Wow, look at that. If you read carefully, a closer look will show you the truth. It says genuine marine aragonite from the Bahamas. Wow, they are actually advertising on their packaging, not just on their website, that this is genuine marine aragonite from the Bahamas. This is our aragonite. This is the aragonite that our government doesn't seem to know that it exists. Oh my God, it does exist. But wait, there's more. It says ethically harvested under lease from the Bahamian government. Wow, they are putting that on the packaging. Can you imagine? Not just is it genuine marine aragonite from the Bahamas, they are also putting right on the front of the packaging that it is ethically harvested under lease from the Bahamian government. Right on the packaging. Wow. And so they are selling our sand and using our country's name to sell our sand. And our government is saying that they're going to have to do research and find out if there's a market out there, if there's any way to make money from this aragonite, because somehow we really don't know that there's a market out there. And we don't know that they're selling our aragonite right now. This is presently on the market, on Amazon, on Chewy.com, on petbarn.com. This stuff is being sold all over the internet and on the ground right now and in pet stores all over America right now as we speak. Our aragonite.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. It is always a pleasure to spend my Sunday evenings with you, educating the Bahamian people and letting you know what you've been missing, letting you know how they've been ripping you off. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a new Bahamas, and we need a new Bahamas that's for Bahamians. First of all, before we get started, we have an interesting conversation today. I'm going to show you some documents today, some documents you may not be aware of. We're going to show you where all your uh, gas money is going, where all your electricity money is going. We're going to show you some things today that may be shocking, but it's a reality, and I think you got to see it. We're going to show you what has really been going on in this country and why we need change, and we need change fast. All right? So we'll get to that in a minute. But ladies and gentlemen, last night, I want to thank the people of West Grand Bahama and Bimini for showing up and showing out. I want to thank you for showing this corrupt, inept government and this corrupt, inept opposition who are one party, or should I say, who is one party, for coming out and showing them that you've had enough, that you're tired of being at the bottom end of the stick, at the bad end of the stick. You are tired of being abused and lied to. You are tired of the promises. You are tired and you want better. Even if better is just showing them one time that we could change y'all. Y'all are not invincible. We've had enough. And so the PLP is on the ground right now, and their biggest campaign on the ground, their biggest campaign talk on the ground is, guess what? Oh, if he gets in government, he can't do nothing. What is he going to be able to do? That's their only campaign right now, and promises how much money you want. That's it. So you know what's going to happen. But we're going to get to that a little bit later. Ladies and gentlemen, we had an amazing rally. I am proud of the Bahamian people. I am proud of you. You came out in full force and you showed them that you are serious about the new Bahamas and about a better Bahamas. Thank you to all of you who spent the entire day showing them that we are serious about this. All across from 8 Mile Rock, all the way down to every area from Hannah Hill to Russelltown to Jonestown to Seagrape, Pine Forest and Pinedale and Boodle Bay, all across Grand Bahama, all the way down to West End. You showed them that you have had enough. Thank you. For all the people who came out of their houses to stand with us, to show that you might not be able to be on that motorcade, but you came out because you also want to say if you've had enough. To the PLP and F&M who also came out and waited for us, we see that you want change also, and you know that you are not the change. And so by coincidence, not coincidence, the PLP and the F&M were standing up waiting on our motorcade. Did you notice that they were not standing up and waiting on their motorcades? But they were standing up waiting to watch the motorcade of the New Bahamas. Isn't that something else? The PLP wasn't out there when the F&M had their motorcade. The F&M wasn't out there when the PLP had their motorcade, but they were out in full force as waiting for the COI to be ushered in to 8 Mile Rock. And we didn't just motor past them, we walked past them. We walked. Someone asked me, Lincoln, why did you shake their hands? Those are evil people. Listen, we are showing you that in the New Bahamas, it's not going to be about politics anymore. We don't care about PLP, F&M, whoever, whatever party. I'm tired of a Bahamas where when the PLP is in, only the PLP cronies eat. I'm tired of that. I don't know if you're tired of that, but I'm tired of that. I'm tired of a Bahamas where when the F&M is in, only F&M cronies eat. We need for one time a Bahamas where Bahamians can eat. no matter what their political persuasion. It gotta be about us just one time. And so we are showing you that there will be no victimization in the New Bahamas. We're going to be a different kind of administration where everyone can eat. Sometimes the PLPs eat for 5 years and they broke for 5 years. They barely struggling and barely making it. They don't know how they're going to survive. And the FNM beating them down and making sure them and their children get nothing. And vice versa for the FNM. I'm not interested in living in the Bahamas anymore. I'm tired of the suffering on all sides. We got to do something different. We need some adults to come in the room and break up the fighting between the children. Because apparently the PLP and FNM are acting like children, even in the House of Assembly. When an adult is coming to the House of Assembly, change is coming. But anyway, thank you for an amazing motorcade. Some political pundits said that was the biggest motorcade that they have ever seen. It's definitely the biggest one that I've ever seen. And so I want to thank you for that. It means that you are ready. All right. And so coming up next, we are going to have our rally. And so on Saturday at 6 p.m., right in 8 Mile Rock, at the location where Kentucky used to be, many of you know where that is. You can join us at our rally. Call all your friends and family in Grand Bahama and tell them it's time. We can talk about some things. We can let you know what's going on. We're going to have some of our other speakers are going to be there. Dr. McIver, Ms. Green, Maria Doxson, etc. So we're going to have a rally. We're going to have performances. This is going to be something to remember. We want to block 8 Mile Rock, West End, and Bimini out. All right? It's time for the blackout. It's time for change. So that is, make a note, that is Saturday at 6 p.m. It just starts getting dark at 6 p.m. because we want you to see our pretty lights and stuff. And our beautiful LED screen. Oh yeah, we doing this the right way. All right. So we're gonna block this place out and then light it up. All right. So make sure you are there to participate in this beautiful event that's going to be happening. We are making history. History is happening right before your eyes. I always wondered what it would have been like to sit down and watch Sir Lyndon Pinlin and Milo Butler and those guys, and they were fighting, to change the Bahamas, fighting for Bahamians to get jobs, fighting to get rid of the UBP. I wonder what it was like to live in that time, And then I realized I would not have been sitting down. I would have been there with them fighting. I wouldn't have been sitting down and watched it happen. Sometimes it's scary to stand up. Sometimes you got to take some risks. I've taken those risks. But at the end of the day, as a people, we got to stand up. Self-preservation is the incubator of evil. Self-preservation is the habitat of evil. What does that mean? Most people don't stand up against evil because they worry about themselves. They worry about their little contract, their little mortgage, their little job. They got to protect themselves, so they got to let the system just go on the way it is. Self-preservation. When the people decide to take risks, when they've decided that they've had enough, when they've heard it enough, that's when change happens. And that's what's happening right now. So we're going to deal with a lot of stuff, including we're going to answer that question. What could Lincoln do if he get out of assembly? Because they going from door to door, and that's all they talking now. What he could do? He in the government. We'll get to that a little bit later, y'all. All right. So make sure you're there. And also for those who support me and want to be there, if you're off and you want to be here tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. So be on time. At 9:30 a.m., we are going to the registry. We heard that we were doing it at 10. But we switched to 9:30 because our intelligence, we always got good intelligence, says that the FNM is going at 9 and the PLP wants to go at 10. All right. So since they're going at 9 and 10, we'll go at 9:30. It only takes a couple of minutes to walk in and do this process. So we have a good space for them to come, do what they have to do and get lost. All right. So we're going to come at 9:30. We need your support. They're going to come and bring their entourage and do whatever they're doing. and they're going to do whatever they're doing. We're going to march from our headquarters, and I think it's just about 100 yards, right? It's right across the road. We're going to march from our headquarters in Jonestown. So be at our headquarters at 9:30. We're going to march from here over there, and we're going to submit our documents and disclosures, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So looking forward to your support. Come and stand with me as I stand for you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So thank you for your constant support. We could not do this without you. We are doing this for you. You have to participate. So God bless all of you. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, again, the motorcade was legendary. It was history in the making. West End was the same thing. Going down the West End, it was history in the making. Sorry, our live cut off when we went down to West End, but we lost battery power from being on that motorcade for so long. All right, so I want to talk about, but I got some other things I got to touch first. Our convention was scheduled for November 18th. Because of the election that came up on us, the election is literally 4 days after when we scheduled to have our convention. So instead of focusing our efforts on the convention and the election, we are going to push the convention back. And so we are going to give you the official date. So it's just going to be pushed back for about a month or so. We're not going to have it in December because that's Christmas. But we're going to push it back, and then we're going to announce. I'm going to announce the dates during one of my lives. Okay, so we're pushing that back. So I know some of you have already bought your tickets, already taken that vacation time, et cetera, et cetera. We could not predict that this by-election was going to happen, but this by-election to get in the House is extremely important, and we want to focus all of our resources on winning this seat. So thank you so much for your understanding. We'll get back to you in short order on date. All right, we've already submitted for the date. We just want to finalize it. We'll push it out to you. All right, and so we'll let you know as possible. So looking forward to seeing you all whenever the new date is. Before I get deep into this, I had a conversation, with the landlord at the F&M headquarters. Who, came to us. He was distraught that him and his mother had been abused as it relates to that property. He was distraught, and he was crying out for help, but he couldn't get help. And so he reached out to us, and shockingly, he is in someone who said that he's gonna fight for the people, but they're fighting for the gentleman in the building that they're in. So which means that they're not even fighting for themselves, and so that's extremely curious. It takes a lot of courage to fight for the people. I understand, but we can't continue to leave the Bahamian people hanging, man. I'm seeing so much pain as it relates to Bahamians and the pain that we go through, and no one to look out for us. Who's going to fight for the common man? So he and so just so you know, I don't talk unless I have facts, and the gentleman did provide me with his documents, and as you can see, I'm talking slow, stalling, so I can pull these documents up for you. I wonder which one came through. I guess that, yeah. And so the gentleman sent me his documents, which he does have, and he even has maps, etc., of the place. What was most disturbing conversation was that one of his family members decided that this is their property, they have the documents for it, and so they're going to go there and break down that wall, which is the law. That's admissible in land law. If you build on someone else's property, they have a right to break it down. They don't even need a court order for that. If you put up a fence on my property, I'm going to take that fence down. You put up a wall on my property, I'm going to take your wall down. That's my property. You can't just come and put something on my property. And that's what they did. The police then came, arrested his family member, took him to court, and they fined him $1,000 for damaging the wall that was erected on the property. Remember, this 100-year-old woman. She's 101 when she passed. 100-year-old woman. I guess they felt they could just bully her, just abuse her because she can't really fight. She ain't gonna show up in court, and they just did that. Family member came and said, "No, no, 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 this is wrong." You all remember? I don't have the pictures with me. If you go back to the live, you will see where the government literally at the wall to their house. In what world you could come and put a wall on my house on it that is literally attached, and I can't break that down? In what world is that allowed? You can't do that in any country on this planet. This has to be an imaginary place. This place can't be real. They literally cemented, attached their wall to the house. And so they went to break the wall from their house, and the man get locked up and charged $1,000. Only in the Commonwealth of Narnia. Is this really a real place? They stressed that woman out to death, literally. Come on, man. When are we going to start standing up for Bahamians and not for politics and politicians, man? When is that going to happen? This is signed paper. Again, I'm not going to show you his name intentionally. Sorry, my internet going a little slow. A lot of people in here on the internet. So a little slow, I'm sorry. All right, let's give it a sec. Okay, let's see if it'll come up. Oh, no, it'll come down. Let's go. Sorry for the delay, y'all. That's the internet. We're in the Bahamas. Hold on. I can't get back up this. All right. If anyone all right. Let me see if we can show. Oh, it's showing now. Oh, sorry about that. That was it there. It came up just now. Sorry about that. That's his documents. So you have documents. That's his documents. All right. Wayne Smith. That's his name. Documents registered, as you can see on the top. He has the property map and everything. So he has his information. I won't show all that stuff, but they build a wall onto the man house. They wouldn't do that in communist China. They build the walls and they say you can't. They lock the man up and say you can't break that this wall. Like what? We need a government to fight for the people. We need representatives that are going to fight for the people. I'm sorry, but the candidate from the PLP and FM that I see them putting forward, I've never heard of them fighting for the people. I don't believe that they're going to fight for the people. I believe they just want their party to get in, and then they're going to do what they're told. It's time for change. All right, so I just wanted to bring that up to y'all, because that was very hurtful to see that persons would be abused by the government, and then they would try to give themselves justice, and then the government would use their power. And I think, obviously, I didn't ask, but obviously the person pleaded guilty for him to be fined, and maybe he didn't know his rights or didn't have an attorney because he shouldn't have pleaded guilty. But if you plead guilty, then you lose. Um, but that shouldn't have happened in the first place. All right, that should not have happened. All right, so I'm gonna I'm gonna switch over to something else because as you can see, I'm very disturbed by that. Those things are gonna stop in this country. Next, the PLP is on the campaign trail. I mean, they are hard at it, go door to door, taking information and doing this kind of stuff. And their biggest campaign talk right now, you would notice that when they come to your house, the PLP is saying nothing about the FNM. The FNM is saying nothing about the PLP when they come to your house. This is what people are telling me. The only thing they're talking about is me. Why do you think that is? When they come to your house, they are not talking about each other. They are talking about me. And so the biggest talk right now that the PLP has is, okay, he ain't in the government. If he get in, what can he do? I don't know. That's your big campaign strategy. What can I do? All right. What can Lincoln do? Obviously, y'all are afraid that I can do something. That's why you're fighting me. Obviously, everyone can see that your whole focus is on me. So obviously, there must be something that I can do, something that you're afraid of that I can do. Well, the first thing that I can do is hold your foot to the fire. Be an FNM one. I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm going to show you documents in a minute. Y'all ready to see documents? Y'all want to see some documents? So y'all can see some documents in a minute. But the PLP and FNM, they pretend to be at odds. And so that's why their whole thing is to try to tag team on little sweet, innocent me, harmless me, little Lincoln Bain, who they say can't do nothing if he get in the house. If a butterfly flies into your house, that's not a threat. The butterfly can't do you anything. You won't even be bothered by him coming into your house because he's harmless. You'd say, oh, look at the cute little butterfly. But if the pit bull starts walking into your house, you have a different experience because you know what that pit bull could do. So obviously, without me saying a word, by their actions, the people are starting to see that I can do a lot in the house. I will bring your foot to the fire. There's more that I will say ahead of time. All right? But the question is, what have I done since not just fighting for the Bahamian people, since just being in West Grand, Bahama, and Bimini? What have you seen in the last 4 weeks you have not seen in the last 10 years? What have you seen in the last 4 weeks that you've not seen in the last 3 administrations? Well, Lincoln Bain comes to town, goes live, talk about the potholes in the road. What happens? Immediately they fix all the potholes from 8 Mile Rock to West End. They patch them. Immediately. Because a lot of people were coming to the front room that, and they didn't want the people to see exactly where. So because they was coming around the road, they fixed it immediately. So Lincoln Bain do? Lincoln Bain patch the roads. Next, I came and I talked about the lights that are missing going down west. All of a sudden, There's an order placed at Freeport Power. We need some lights there right away. Lincoln is making us look bad. They were told we don't have the 400-watt lights that you need for the street lights. What do you have? The 250-watt. But you shouldn't use that. We don't care. We have to hurry up, put these lights up because Lincoln's making us look bad. And so they went and put up the 250-watt lights as far as they could. Moving past that, they don't have lampposts to the road to stop to a certain point. So what could Lincoln do in the House of Assembly? What has he been doing outside of the House of Assembly? Lincoln Bain brought lights to the west. Just like that. All right? Lincoln Bain talked about the administration building. Went live, went in front of it, gave you some information. Right. Eric Gardner has been building for all these years. All right, the PLP crony has been building for all these years and it's not been finished. All of a sudden, they are going to open the building on the 13th of November. What could Lincoln do if he gets inside of the House of Assembly? Well, what does he do outside of the House of Assembly? He got them to open the administration building that they were not open and so open. It's going to be open in a matter of days. What day is it? It's going to be open on the 13th. Today, look at it, the 5th. You just got a few more days and it'll be open. Now, there's some serious issues there. One, we need to get that wall off of Mr. Wayne Smith's house. That's one. Let's be decent, Philip Brave Davis. That is wrong. It will take nothing from y'all to give that man his 8 feet. Nothing. It will take nothing from that beautiful, well-built building. I give credit where credit is due. The building is beautiful. We need one of them on every island, at least, including New Providence. Well done in terms of the work. But it takes nothing from your yard to leave that old man alone, man. Anyway, also, there are persons who did work who came to me and complained that they were not paid. And they are concerned now that the building is going to be open, but the man said they owe me $10,000 for work I did. And they open this building and they ain't pay me yet. And there are other persons who have not been paid as relates to this building, but they are going to have this big opening and open the building. I'm glad it's going to be open. I'm glad that I can contribute to this community by forcing their hands to do it. But listen, man, Brave, pay people. Next is a school that hasn't been built, Holmes Rock School. And now all of a sudden they're saying that they're going to finish the school and open the school. Lincoln did that outside of the House of Assembly. Imagine what he did inside the House of Assembly. We talked about the situation with the police station in West End. Now all of a sudden they're saying, okay, we're gonna rebuild the police station in West End. We got them to do that outside. What could we do inside? So ask yourselves the question. Do you want to go with another puppet who's going to sit down and be on the strings of the party, who has to toe party lines? Or do you want someone who can stand up for the community? What can Lincoln do? He will have a constituency budget that will be used to actually do things in the community. And he will be able to stand up for you. Not just in these kinds of matters, because we getting our ambulance back. We getting our fire truck back. If I got to file a lawsuit on behalf of the people as the member of parliament, Walinga, have my constituents dying because they can't get to the hospital in time, lose homes because of fires, y'all are going to give that ambulance and fire truck back with the 2 ambulances. I'm willing to negotiate. You can keep one since I guess you need it. But you're going to bring the ambulance back to West Grand Bahama. That is not a request. That's a demand. And so you can have someone in this area who's going to stand up for you, not just in these matters, but there are people who are calling me and telling me, they work to Grand Lukaya or Alukaya, and their working situation is untenable. We're going to deal with that in another live. We receive information from these people. I have my constituents who are going through stuff with employers. I just want you to know, because just like for people all over this country, those situations, now I'm responsible for this area, and they with me, and they have a protector, and no one is going to abuse the constituents of West Grand Bahama, and by extension, I own this island. No one is going to touch the people of Grand Bahama anymore. So the PLP, talk casual workers, and they bash the port as people would work 3 months and then be off 3 months, and they would do this so they would never be permanent, et cetera, et cetera. Government bashed them. Guess what? Port in practice to the innocent Bahamians working there. See, these politicians stand up and try to impress you all with their talks, but they don't love you. How could Philip Davis stand up this practice, this unethical practice of casual, treating people like casual workers, and they doing it? Listen, Grandmama, just put me on this island, Just put me here as the MP. You see, I have certain legal rights as an MP rather than just as a person. I can't explain that because I don't want the government to know that I know my powers. All right? Just make me the MP and watch. Watch a lot of the pain and suffering is going to go away. And watch. All right? So, since I've been here, just my presence has caused them to start behaving sensibly. It's like when in the classroom and the teacher in there and the students in there rowing and kicking up and throwing paper all over the place, and then as soon as the teacher walk in, everyone get to their seat and get in line. Pick up the papers, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. That's what happens when I go to the House of Assembly. Every time I go to the House of Assembly, just go in and sit in the casual area. Every time I go to the House of Assembly, they'll be in there. They might just finish rowing or be in the middle of winter. I want you to take note of this. Every time I walk in there, all of a sudden, everyone, you'll see them back to the tapes. Everyone looks to the door, and then head goes down. Every time, me and Maria Dawson laugh at this all the time. Everyone will look, and then head go down quickly. Either in their phone or in their paper or whatever. Then periodically, you'll see them looking up. And every time I move, if I sit in the House of Assembly, if I go to brush my ass, everyone looks up. If I go to flick my nose, everyone looks up. If I go to talk to someone next to me to say something, everyone looks up. It's like when a lion walks in the room. Just put me in the house and watch how they start to get this country together. It was but the Prime Minister of the country was campaigning in Jonestown. Saw Rambo, the former campaign general of Obi Bilscombe. And they were there campaigning. Rambo was like, hey, I'm going to be campaigning to the people and you all owe all us a bunch of money. And Brave Davis realized, so he said, what's your name is? He didn't recognize that. He said, Rambo is what they called me. When he heard that name, he realized, oh, that's the fellow who with Lincoln. He told Paco, get him his money now. It's a true story. Say, y'all but get him his money now, today. That's what Brave said. Within the hour, Paco pulled up to COI headquarters with $700 for Rambo. Rambo's a good guy. He took 100 and we gave it to a lady who needed some groceries. What could Lincoln do when he get in government? Start to fix this place up. Start to make sure you're elected anymore. You know what? That same campaign strategy? Cupid Ingram. When he won, when Sir Lyndon Pinlin resigned, and they had the by-election in South Andres, Ingram had the shortest speech in the history of the Bahamas. Ingram said, listen, I'm the government, and if you don't want nothing, you vote for them. If you want something, you vote for me. But if you want things to stay the way it is, vote for them. That was a threat. Never forget that speech. I was the police. Never forget that speech. It was, like I said, I'm the government. Vote for my man. If you don't vote for my man, he gets nothing. Now, what the people didn't sit down and consider is, up to that time, they've been getting nothing. And so to the people of West Grand Bahama, up to this time, you've been getting nothing. And everything you got, they've taken away from you. And so Ingram came with that same play. And guess what happened? They voted F&M for the first time. They voted for Ingram because he's the government. They said, well, he's the government. If we want things done, we got to vote for them. And guess what they got? Nothing. They got nothing before. If they vote for him, because he's the government now, and he's back to back, and Pinlin and step down, and the PLP is in disarray, you better go with us. And guess what they got? Nothing. Everything you see in South Andres, those people had to do themselves. Whether it's library or whatever you see down there. They build school down there. Themselves. Because the PLP gave them nothing, because it's a PLP constituency, and the F&M gave them nothing because it's a PLP constituency. So don't let them come pressuring you all with this talk about, he ain't in government, he can't do nothing for you all. So what you all been doing for them? What have they been getting? The first time they see action around here was when I came to town. Send me to take care of them. Don't mind the story, but I can't do nothing when I get in the house. All I can be able to do is fight for you and stand up for you. We have a budget that we're entitled to, and we're going to use that for our community. The road improvement and these kind of stuff, that's not something that goes to the MP. All right, that's the Ministry of Works duty. And let me tell you something in our constituency, and they ain't fixing it. I'm not keeping my mouth closed. I'm going to stand up for you. So that's all I wanted to say about that for now. Tune into the rally for more on that. I just want you to know PLP and F&M are one. Now watch this. I think you better share this. All right? The PLP and F&M are one. And they've been swinging you all this time. Every problem you have is because the PLP and F&M have ruled. They've been tricking you. Ingram was sad. Then Vista and Perry and start acting crazy, see stuff, sticking up middle finger, doing stuff, and threw up the vote for Ingram. They'll be back and forth. Even Minutes did it. Minutes joined in and did it, you know. Perry started acting crazy because he just Minutes. Minutes started acting crazy. Oh, ABC 1, 2, 3. Stew fish. These intelligent adults don't be crazy. It's a game they're playing. And it forces you to have to go to Brave when normally no one would have voted for Brave. All right, they've been swinging you back and forth. They're one. Your light bill is high because they are one. They own companies together. Focal, Awak Homes, Sun Oil, more and more and more. All right, and they're funneling all the money to themselves. All right, I can show you, and then I can show you folks. I just want you to see PLP and FNM. I just want you to see this. All right, the PLP and F been swinging y'all all these years, and they've been thinking that they're different. Documents. All right, time for documents. Let's look at documents. All right. Time for documents. Oops. All right. Internet slow. Give me a sec. Give it a second to load. Everything freeze. Okay, finally back up. So I don't know why that freeze like that. All right, let me show you something. Give me a sec. Almost there. What's this? All right, this is a document that Iowa Holmes put out in 2010 when I was fighting them, when they were breaking down the homes of people in Palm Gardens National Village and Palm Gardens number 2. It's a document they put out, all right, to explain to people what their opinion was of the situation. In the document, it's a 70-page document. So in the document, they had to reveal who their actual founders and all that was. So this is the history. Let me make it big for you. The history of our WAC, right? And it talked about the incorporation on the 15th in 1982. So that's when they've been around to provide the Bahamian community with quality, affordable housing. They failed on that in Pinewood. And their initial shareholders, look at this. Look at this. This is mind blowing. So you think it's just Frankie Wilson, and you think it's just Bismarck Coakley and all the Turnquest and them? They just the face representing for their party's interest on the board. But here, Royal Bank of Canada Investments Limited. Oh wow, Royal Bank. Bahamas First General Insurance. That's Brent Simonet them. Oh wow, Brent, Craig Simonet. Okay, Ruma Limited, at the time beneficially owned by Robert Joyner, then substantial developer in the United Kingdom, etc., Eric Crouch, former managing director, etc., of McAlpine, right? At the time, major construction company in Bahamas. Also, Sunshine Holdings Limited, whose then shareholders were, so you see Brent Simonet and them, they're the foreign man in there, Royal Bank and them is there. So look who else you got. Sunshine Holdings. And they say who Sunshine Holdings was at the time. Franklin Wilson, Riley Roberts, Bismarck Coakley, Green Pines Limited, beneficially owned by Orville Turnquest family, Kieran Strawn, and Reverend Dr. Hervis Bain. All right? And so these are PLPs and FNM. So while you might see a name on there, these people are serving the interests of their party, all right, to make sure that what for their party goes to their party, all right? And so this is what you see here. These are PLP. So Brent Simonet working with Frankie Wilson, Bradley Roberts, who used to be mashing up Brent Simonet in his speeches, remember? Oh, working with Frankie Wilson working with Orville Turnquest. Wow. These people have us fighting each other and throwing our children out the house because we don't vote. But this is the document, eh? This is the initial document. And so these people are one. Now, another thing I want you all to see. What's happening here? Make sure it's still live. Okay, another thing I want y'all to see is focal holdings. One of the reasons that everything is so expensive in this country, one of the reasons everything is so expensive in this country is because is the fact that uh, the fuel prices is high because there's monopoly on fuel, especially with focal, basically, and the fuel is being sold to BPL and Freeport Power. So while a lot of you are attacking Freeport Power for the high prices, it's really the PLP and FNL. All right. So again, I may freeze again. I don't know why this is doing this when I start to share the screen, but just give me a sec. I'm gonna load this stuff up for you. Wow, this is interesting. There's so many viewers on YouTube today. A lot of viewers on different YouTube channels. I guess people want to watch this on their TV. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, I think this is it. All right. Let me take this to the top. So y'all can see the document we're looking at. Focal Holdings Limited, this is their financial statement. So we got a hold of their financial statements. All right, for the year ending 2022. This came out February this year. So this for all of the money that they made last year, etc. All right, it was done by Deloitte. And so this is their actual documents. This is their actual documentation. All right. And so I'm going to skip through some of this. These little matters. I want you all to wake up. All right. This right here is showing how much cash they have on hand in Bahamian dollars. They got $30 million cash. They got, well, anyway, total they have $97 million, almost $100 million. All right. This is documents. And then they have other assets. So their total assets is $323 million. It's focal now. It's focal. All right. And so this is a document. See, sign, signature, and everything. All right. So that's their liability. I'll skip over that. All right. Revenue. Focal makes every year. Well, this year. All right. This year. Well, sorry, 2022. $423 million. That's $500 million. Most of which is BEC and Freeport Power, we believe. They have a breakdown in here somewhere. So in 2021, that's a slow year, they made $289 million. Last year, they made $500 million off of y'all. This would PLP and F&M raking in. All right. Let me go down. Let's see, capital. What page are we on? 8. Okay, let's go to 11. All right. It's a different cash flow. I'm just streaming through this so you can go back and pause and do whatever you want to see actual numbers. All right. I'll show you some breakdowns up there on page 42. All right, but page 11, incorporation activities. This one is interesting. Hold on. Incorporation activities. All right, so basically they provide oil and other services, et cetera, et cetera. Let me go down. I'll take you to the good stuff. Keep going, keep going. Wait for it. It's just talking about deficit, what this mean and that mean. Give us there. Almost there. Let me just skip to it. All right. All right, here we go. So basically, they're talking about this part of it's talking about their risk. Watch this. Number 4, they have an agreement to provide generation equipment to a customer. Now, they didn't name the customer, but obviously, who does generation? BEC. All right. The subsidiary also entered into a fuel supply agreement for the generation equipment. So hold on. They are providing the equipment. So in other words, uh, BPL is leasing the equipment from them, and they're providing the generation also, and they're also selling the fuel. See, the subsidiary also entered into a fuel supply agreement for the generation equipment that will run concurrently with the generation equipment agreement. Both agreements are for 1 year period commencing the date of operation of generation equipment. So they provide the equipment, they are getting paid for the generation, and they're getting paid for the fuel. Did you all see that? Not only, all right, we got lease y'all the generator, eh? On top of leasing y'all the generator, y'all gotta pay us for generating with the generator. It's 2. Then the fuel, we selling y'all the fuel for the generator we lease to y'all for the generation that we're gonna be producing. Now do you see why your light bill is so high? Because they are raping from behind the scenes. They are raping you. Your fuel surcharge is what is high, not your bill, because this goes straight to the F&M and the PLP, your fuel surcharge. So there's more stuff I want you to see, but okay, let me get to it. Let me go to page 42. Okay, so here's a breakdown, right? They segment it, right? Statement reporting in year 2022, all right? Statement comprehensive. So they are making all of this money just from the utility services now. From the service, a utility service means, okay, hold on our generator. $6.6 million. See that right there? They're in the retail business. That's Shell, right? That's 86 million. The wholesale business, mostly what is sold to BPL, etc. And then the utility services business now, they made $6.6 million just for, hey, holding our generator. Now, under here, wholesale, we selling you all the fuel for those generator. We sell you all. And now we can be doing some generation. So in total, they're making this $500 million. This is how the Bahamian people are being squashed from these same people. The PLP and F&M doing this to you. Now, when they do this to you, let me tell you what happens. When your cost of fuel is high, because they can charge whatever they want, when your cost of fuel is high, the cost of everything goes up. Because guess what? The food store has to use trucks in order to do what they want to do what they need to do, to move the fruits and the food and everything around. They got to use trucks. All right. So if the fuel price is up, everything is going to be up. All right. The cost of everything goes up if fuel prices are up. If electricity prices are up, it's the same thing. If electricity prices are up, the food store has to put that in the price of your food, your eggs, your meat, your bread basket item that you're now paying VAT on also. And so the price of everything goes up because the fuel surcharge goes up because they are raping and robbing us. From that $500 million, just almost 15 million alone is just their salary and perks. It goes straight out. All the numbers right here. It's all their expenses. I wanted to show you that not to expose that company and their business. I wanted to show you that because I need you to understand the reason we're in the situation we're in is because of the F&M and PLP. Even the Christmas carnival that we have, you see what happened when they wanted to bring the carnival right after the pandemic? It was then revealed that the money goes to the PLP. Half. The man said it. He's like, well, how could they deny me when half of the money going to them? Not the government, no, the Progressive Liberal Party. And when the F&M is in, the money from the carnival, the holiday carnival, the rides, not the parade, that goes to the F&M. They have all kinds of ways to suck from us. So gambling was wrong. You can't go to the casino and gamble, but guess what? If it's at the holiday carnival and we can benefit from it, come gamble away. Half, when you go to play the over and under, half of that money will go to the PLP. Now, I knew that years ago because I worked at the carnival as a boy when I was still in school, I think grade 10, 11, and 12. And then I went on the police force. They find every way in this society to rape and rob us. So they out there trying to give me a bad image, calling me a crook so they can keep crooking you. They want to continue raping and robbing you. That's the reality. That's the reality of what's going on. Let me make sure this video is still up. It's down for me. Is the video up for y'all? Yeah, okay. It's my phone knocking up there. This is the reality, y'all. We got to wake up in this country. We got to wake up. All right? So it's more I want to talk about, but I don't want to do this live too long today. I have to leave it there. Join me at 9:30 in the morning. Don't mix it up. 9:30, be on time. 9:30, I'm going to be going to registrar to submit my documents and join us for this rally. I'm going to reveal to you on Tuesday on my live at 8 p.m. Join us for our rally at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Get a picture of us. Before I leave, I can't leave without allowing you to ask some questions. Questions on natural resources or carbon credit. There's some people who don't understand what's going on. We played that in the beginning so you can see we have natural resources we can make money from. If there's any troll who have a question that you want me to answer, and you remember the question because they're not coming there because they don't want answers to the questions. They just want, all right? Also, the media is going to be in cahoots with the PLP and F&M because they're afraid of us. A gentleman we were told was sent to do an interview with me to sabotage me during the motorcade, to say that he was doing an interview and then to sabotage me. So we got that information from within the PLP because there are some persons in there who are giving us information. I will say it. We won't ever reveal who they are, but we exposed that fella who was trying to sabotage during the motorcade. And so now I guess that didn't work. So now we see that what's his name? Shivago Lang has put some. He wants to interview the candidates for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes during the show, not the show, just for 30 minutes. They could do something else after the 30 minutes. They could bring on people who against you so they can stop. But they want to interview for 30 minutes, but the interview must be pre-recorded. Now he have a live show, but he pre-record the interview with the candidate so that he can play it live, and then use the rest of the other hour and a half of the show to say and do whatever they want. Chicago Lang, do you think I was born yesterday?
You're not a novice.
I'm not a novice at this. Chicago Lang, is something wrong with you? So all this time, Guardian, they don't want to hear from you in the Guardian. I'm banned off the Guardian. But all of a sudden, uh, okay, they could do an interview, and they sent the message was sent with C. Allen Johnson. I guess is working for the FNM right now. I guess so. They could say that. Oh, we'll C. Allen send that to you, not Chicago. I don't know. But Shivaline's message says, let me just play the message, and then y'all can decide. I'm going to let y'all decide. Let me put them in the comments so I can see. Yeah, let me put them in so I can see them, and y'all can decide I should do this or not. Y'all let me know. You know, I love y'all. I do trust y'all. So let me let y'all decide. All right, I'm going to play the message from Chivago Lang, and y'all should do this. All right.
Good day, good day, good day. I propose to have a pre-recorded show with whoever candidates are willing to do it. Not the entire show, but about half hour dedicated to interviewing each candidate. Collins for that show because it's going to be pre-recorded. If you are interested, I propose to do this for next week Tuesday after nomination day. So if you are interested for your candidate, please let me know so that I can arrange the recording with the candidate. Thank you.
Okay. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. All right. Let me see if I What? What's been here? Okay, now the sound is back. Here we go. Thank you. I don't know how the sound came back. It's back? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being patient and waiting. Wow. So the sound should be back. All right, so I saw most of your comments. You said that you didn't want me to do it. To Shivago Lang, I am more than willing to be interviewed by anyone on the face of the earth. I have no problem with that. I don't even need advance notice. I don't need to know what you're interviewing me about because everything I talk about is in me. All right, I know it's the truth, and it's easy to speak when you're speaking the truth because you don't have to memorize things. Lies you got to memorize. And so everything that I'm saying to the Bahamian people is the truth. And so if you want to interview me, you can interview me live. We're not interested in an interview from you on your station where you're going to cut up my words and present it how you want to present it. I've already seen you do that in another situation where I had to call in and correct you because you did that foolishness. All right. I'm not falling for the political tricks. And by law, you cannot, because the election has been called, you cannot interview others without interviewing me. That's IRCA's law. There must be a balance. All right. So unless all of us decide and agree to do it, you should not interview any of them. All right. So that's not going to happen. If it does, I'll file a complaint. Now, I know that two of the people working at IRCA used to work at The Guardian, so we'll see how that works. But I'll less. So I'm not interested in your political tricks and your political games. All right. So I'm just going to leave it there for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for change. We are ready for change. We believe that, oh my God. No, I can't leave it there without taking your calls. I got some people waiting for me in West End. If you're watching this in West End, I come in now, just give me a chance. You can call me now. I'm just going to take call for a few minutes, probably 10 minutes at most. If persons call in, you can call me now at 803-5995. 803-5995. 803-5995. There's a number on the screen. You can call WhatsApp call or regular call. WhatsApp call or regular call. All right. 803-5995. There you go. We're live. All right. They reminded me that it was Tello Bartlett's birthday in West Grand Bahama. Happy birthday, Tello Bartlett. I hope you enjoyed your birthday. Hope you had a good one. Happy birthday, my brother. 803-5995. Oh, I do not disturb. I'm sorry. Okay. Good evening. You're live.
Good evening, Mr. B. How you doing?
I'm awesome, man. How you doing?
All right. It's awesome to see you in Freeport. I move over to Freeport, and that's when you come, but it's all good.
Wow.
Once you down, be straight.
Awesome.
I think I wanted to ask you, could you explain the process of a by-election? I think a lot of people know about a by-election, but I don't think a lot of people understand the process. You don't mind explaining that very quick for those who don't understand music?
No problem. All right, let me do it. So a by-election happens when a seat is vacant. Okay. Just hold the line for me while I answer the previous question. I'll get right to you. Good caller. So a by-election happens when the seat is vacant in the House of Assembly. Either someone dies, resigns, etc. All right. And so once a seat is vacant, they're supposed to immediately, as soon as practicable, inform the Governor General. The Governor General is supposed to issue a writ. It was delayed in this instance unlawfully. Nonetheless, we're moving forward. The writ has been issued, and once the writ is issued, they have nomination day in 5 to 7 days. Now, the nomination day that they assigned now was more than the 7 days. All right, but we're moving forward nonetheless. But it should be 5 to 7 days according to the law. And they must call the election 21 to 30 days from the writ is written. All right, and so they will only have election for the constituency where there's the vacancy. All right. And so that's basically how it works. You have the election in the same way that they have the general election. You come out to your polls. If you're already registered, you can vote, or if you register during this period, you come out and vote, and you don't have to. Now this time they're having a advanced poll. All right. We believe that they're having the advanced poll because that's how the government is able to cheat. All right, they're able to take the ballots, steal the ballots. Remember, we had a lot of problems in the last election and the one before, especially saw the Pinewood ballots where when we got to inspect the ballots, they had to let us inspect them. My Pinewood thing was open; it wasn't sealed. It was open, and the keys was open on top of the box. All right, which means that they went in there and actually changed the voters. They can only do that in the advanced poll, because if you just have the election, when everyone is finished voting, then you lock the door and you go straight to counting, and there's no chance to really cheat. But after the advanced poll, they have a week to store the boxes somewhere. Last time they stored it at the Commissioner of Police headquarters in Nassau, which means that no one was able to watch and see what they were doing, because you can't stay in headquarters. It's normally at the registrar's office in the safe downstairs, which means that we could park and stake out and watch to see who's going in and out and what's going on. But they put it in the hands of the police this time, and that's where we believe skullduggery took place. All right, it's just our opinion based on the fact that they did that way. And so they're gonna have advanced poll, which means that persons who are voting, your ballot is going to be unsafe sitting down for 1 week until they have the general election. They can go in there and pluck your vote out and replace it with another vote. All right, that's what can happen. And so that's what we believe happens in other elections, and we believe that they're going to try that again this time. That's why they're having the advanced poll. Right? And so we are contemplating whether to advise our voters not to vote in the advance poll, because then they just pluck out all of the COI votes, put them down. Oh, you all had 1,000 votes in the advance poll? Take all of them out and replace them with 1,000 PLP votes, because no one is watching other than them. They've already removed the two the two persons at the parliamentary office who were in charge, and they replaced them with their people. Brave has already removed the parliamentary secretary who was in charge and replaced them with this person who has no experience. All right, persons at the office were telling me that these people they replaced them with don't even know how to register a person. All right, that's information I got. So how are you gonna run an election? All right, and they're also saying that they're letting the administrators election. And we know we have a problem with the administrators. All right, so that's really to answer your question. I hope I answered that clearly for you. They're going to try the skullduggery most likely where they think we're not going to be in Bimini or Cat Key. We're told that they're going to allow polls in Cat Key, and so to make sure our persons that would watch it. All right, so they're going to need to cheat to win. All right, so calls 803-5995. I got 5 more minutes. Calls 803-5995. 803-5995. All right, so I'm sorry, my phone was literally hacked. You know, when hackers hack your phone, they can turn on, not your phone, computer. They can turn on your camera, turn off your camera. I see some people put tape over their camera to make sure no one can see them. Turn on your mic and turn off your mic at any time. And so they literally just turned my mic while we were live. All right, we just experienced that. So 803-5995 is the number. So not only not disturb. All right. So join us for our motorcade. It's on the 11th. That's this Saturday. So rally. Sorry, motorcade finish. Rally. Thank you, Caesars. We got a studio audience in here. Join us for our rally. All right. Our rally on Saturday. Make sure you come out. Don't come by yourself. You, your children, everyone. Bring everybody out. Bring your friend, your family. even if they don't support it, if they just come out to hear what we have to say, you're going to learn some stuff. I'm going to talk about our natural resources, our carbon credit, what we should be entitled to, and where we're going. I'm going to talk about our vision for Grand Bahama, our vision for West Grand Bahama, etc., Bimini. And so come out and hear from us, from myself, Maria Daxon, Dr. McIver, Chairman Charlotte Green, and others. Come out and come and hear from us and see what we have to say. All right. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. This fight is because of you, and so we're gonna go out there and touch our people again. Remember, 9:30 in the morning. Come and join me. Come stand with me as we go and have our procession to do nomination. All right. God bless you. We love you, and thank you for your participation. See you next time.